Another week, more Spider-Man. I actually have a bunch of comics this week that I liked. So there'll be like a review a day finally. It's been a while. I like to put a video up a day. I don't really like to spam sub boxes and stuff. But it's like 5 Spider-Man books that came out. Like Marvel, I'm telling you, they compete with themselves. And you look at the sales. I really want to do a video on those sales, man, because they are terrible. It's like DC does 52 books now, I guess, a month. That's it. And Marvel's like, hell, let's go ahead. We'll just do more books. We'll pick up the books you stop making. It's a real joke at this point with them. But my point is they released this book, Amazing Spider-Man. I think they released Amazing Spider-Man Hugh, the spinoff. I'm not sure. But I think they did. So that's 3. And then they released Spider-Man War of the Realms. And then there's the Marvel Tales Spider-Man, which is the IDW book. So it's 5 Spider-Man books in one day. It's like every week, at least 2 to 3 Spider-Man books come out. 5 is, I think, the record. Or maybe 6. It's like, really, you don't have anything else you can put out? It's ridiculous, man. Unfortunately, this one's quite good. I should say fortunately, but whatever. This one has some problems, though. So if you don't know what's going on, they're telling the story of Spider-Man actually aging out. Started in the 60s. It's in the 80s now. And they kind of tell spins of actual stories. This is the first issue that really shows problems with them doing it 1 issue per decade. There's some cool stuff in here, though. You have like basically a 40-year-old, late 40s Spider-Man involved in secret wars. Now, the problem here is Captain America is back. Now, if you remember in the last issue, Captain America was like on the run fighting against America in Vietnam, and now it's like everything's okay. Like there's something lost there. This really would have been a good series to do and keep going for a while, and at least gave like 2 or 3 issues per decade. I think they could have done a lot more with that, and they decided not to. I mean, it's fine for what it is, and I still have enjoyed it, but I would have liked to have seen more. I would have liked to have seen a couple issues per decade. You could have really taken this out. You already have a really good Spider-Man writer on it, but as you can see, like Peter's like looking old. He's got Parker Industries, so he's actually a comparable guy now, running a company and being Spider-Man at the same time. But it shows him getting the suit. Mary Jane doesn't know where he is. Now, the cool thing about this is they changed a little bit of history. So Russia had, it's kind of like Watchmen, or not Watchmen, but Doomsday Clock a little bit. America's got a bunch of superheroes. Russia doesn't. So when all the superheroes vanished, Russia launched a bunch of nukes. Vision stopped it, and it's like freaked him out. So he's just standing there or whatever. Nobody died. He ended up turning the missile towards a continent. But the thing that was pretty cool about this, so it shows Mary Jane dealing with Aunt May, who's kind of getting dementia, wants to put her in an old folks' home, and Peter's, not doing very well as a husband or taking care of it. And he understands that the suit is alive and is keeping it because he's dependent on the symbiote suit, because the suit makes him better, makes him able to fight and be like he was in his 20s. So he's like addicted to it, which was pretty cool. He ends up fighting Kraven, who's old and decrepit, wants to make him a killer, and ends up burying him alive. The suit comes to him while he's buried alive, and he comes out looking like Venom, which was pretty cool. You got Mark Bagley doing the art on this, which makes it really sweet. He comes out, he's ready to kill. He's Venom now, and Mary Jane ends up saving him and is like, you got to shoot this blaster at me. She shoots the sonic gun, takes it off of him, and it looks like at the end, Kraven's like, all right, I made it happen. I made him a killer. I'm gonna blow my brains out now. The symbiote gets on him. So it looks like the next issue is going to be Kraven as Venom, not Eddie Brock, which is an interesting twist. and that's the 90s. I don't know if this is the last issue. They don't tell you, of course. I would imagine he's not going to die in that one. He'll die in 2000s. I think they're going to do a 2K issue. If not, then he's probably going to die in the next one fighting Kraven. That would be my guess. But overall, this has been really good. But at the same time, I think this would have been better as an ongoing. Like, I would have liked to have seen a couple issues per decade. This one was the weakest because it really showed the cracks of the previous stories, particularly with Captain America and stuff like that. But I've still overall really enjoyed this run, and I can't wait to see how it concludes. But yeah, this is interesting stuff. I really wish they would do this with more characters. I wish it would be so cool if they just did a whole line and aged everybody out and told it for like this format. This is a really good idea. A lot of wasted potential here where they could really have done something cool, like an aged out universe or something. I don't know. You know, maybe instead of pumping out so much garbage that nobody reads, you got to cancel. You got to cancel the Incredible Wasp or whatever that is 2 times. But you know, you got to pump shit like this out and pretty much leave it to die. They don't promote it, but you'll see 35 things for their 10K selling Squirrel Girl. Marvel's gonna kill the market for sure, and it's sad because they can make good stuff like this and they don't do anything with it. So anyway, check out the links in the description, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.